Hey everybody, it's just Spawn82. I am back and we're still on this thing. We're still dismantling, foraging. Wait, isn't there a waterfall I made? Yes, there is. A handy dandy little waterfall. Should just make a pit here for water, that way I can just fall into it and have done with it, but I know this isn't too interesting, watching me try, to manage this castle so that I can actually turn it into something, but I keep falling down these stairs as well. I'm doing good today. But anyway. Yeah, I've got to do... Oh yeah, turns out I did have another axe in the trunk, which I believe you can see if you look in the video, like earlier, or yesterday's video. But I didn't know. Ow. I hate these things. I hate all of these things. Ow. And I think they'll even end up... Really? Where the hell are you bastards coming from? Where are they all come? Seriously. God damn. Anyway. I was saying, yeah, if you actually look at the video yesterday, you'll probably be able to see them. So, yes, it is, at this point, no, not at this point, but at the point in which you will be seeing this video, it will be my birthday. There you go. Alright, so, whenever I run into those, I just gotta start hacking it with a sword. Like that. Alright, so... Stop that. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be a good birthday. Most of mine are usually a little on the chaotic side. What I wanted to do, or the plan so far is I'm gonna get out, go get sushi if all goes well, and maybe, I don't know, maybe if the day doesn't go too chaotically, stop by a Goodwill or something while we're out just because. Oh yeah, and maybe pick up a copy of Pokemon Black 2. Something. Very boring day. With how my birthdays usually go, I don't expect this to be the plan throughout the entire day. I expect things to alter very quickly. And that's fine. It's just one of those, I don't know. My birthday is the day of weird shit happening. For those of you who haven't told, it's actually my, I was born on my grandparents' 35th wedding anniversary. So, yeah, that's pretty much how my birthday works, you know. It's, for a very long time, my birthday was, we go down to Virginia, or over to Virginia, visit them. I spend 3 days bored out of my mind, and that was the trip. And only because they decided at a certain age, or my grandfather decided at a certain age, he was going to become a hillbilly, and I have no interest in that. Ow, fucker. There you go. Yeah, but I have no interest in that, and he lives his happy little hillbilly life, and there's nothing to do out there. And there's nothing. That's why I know I am a city boy, because I could never live in a place like that, because I would eventually go mad and start killing people. And for those of you that say, ha ha ha, that's not true, no, I can assure you it is. I know, because that's usually what I spent my time planning. Not my family, I love my family, but just, if I was going to kill people, this would be the perfect place. No one would know. Here's how I'd go about it. Because there is nothing else to do other than sit there and plan how you would get away with murder. And the only reason it really wouldn't work is because they live in one of those areas where there is no such thing as private business. Or, you know, something being a private matter, because someone's going up to your house, which is on the top of a damn mountain, everyone knows. Everyone is talking about, why do they go up? I don't know why they went up there. What are they doing up there? What? I'll call and ask them, and I'll see you. Well, they haven't come down yet. The trick would be getting them to come up in the middle of the night when everyone was asleep, because everyone goes inside when the sun goes down, because there's no light. There's no light anywhere. It's because there are no street lights. Even the main highway doesn't actually have any light, from what I remember. You know, how rural is this? Let's see. The nearest Walmart is a 40-minute drive. That is how rural it is. And, you know, for many years this was the tradition. It was the tradition to go down and visit them on my birthday, even though I really hated it. I loved them. I loved them to death. It was just boredom that killed me. The absolute crushing boredom. And, you know, that was it. And, of course, the relatives that, you know, lived in town, you know, we would usually have to schedule something else, or failing that, you know, the next time we would see them would be around, Thanksgiving or so, so that might be when I got whatever I was getting for my birthday from them, or, you know, like a card with a couple bucks in it or whatever. It's one of those things of, very early in life, I got used to the concept of I'm going to have a very shitty birthday. Because, you know, I was and even when I was like 16, 17, like, hey, you can, you know, you guys can go and visit them, I'll stay home. Nope, you're going. I don't have a say? No, you don't. And, I don't believe since I turned 18 I've actually been there to visit them, and that is perfectly fine. I've seen them a few times, I think, when they're in the state, usually because another relative, I missed those blocks, another relative has driven them down to visit, but, yeah, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. For those of you that have ever, you know, thought, I'll move away from the city and live a nice country life where, you know, I won't have to deal with any of the problems of living in the city, let me tell you, you're not thinking about this clearly. You're thinking about all the bad stuff. You're not thinking about the good stuff, like, you know, as my family has realized, living close to medical care. You know, I get that, oh, you can live off the grid, and you can, you know, scavenge for your food like gerbils or something. But, no, that sounds great to some people. I am not one of those some people. But, you know, as much as you might be able to survive on grubs and berries and bear meat, if you're lucky, you cannot, you know, go out into the woods and bag you a wild orthopedist or, you know, obstetrician or, you know, heart surgeon. Those are some of the things you cannot scavenge, and as much as you hate to believe it, and as little as people think about it, you are getting older every day. So you're going to need one of those eventually. And if you live out in the middle of asshole nowhere, you're not going to find one. The nearest hospital, it's a 45-minute drive each way for my grandparents. Or, you know, around about that. It might even be a little more. I don't remember, and I don't care to remember, because the important thing is I'm never going to be that far from a hospital unless I'm in the air. You think, yes, I'll live off the land. It's great. You know, that's great. That's a wonderful idea up until the point where you're actually sick. Not that they live off the land. They live off the grocery stores and a couple very well-earned pensions. Or at least my grandfather does. But yeah, that's the point. What you're dealing with is a skeleton. No. What you're dealing with is complete lack of resources. Or a complete lack of people. And you don't realize how important that is until you have none around. Because, alright, so, there's that. It's like a let's say, I think it is a 15 to 25 minute drive to the nearest grocery store. Alright. Now, let's say the average speed limit is 40 miles an hour. This is where I'm going to do math wrong, so bear with me here. So, the average speed limit is 40 miles an hour. So, you're driving, it's 20 minutes. That means, what? Either way, it's over 10 miles. So, over 10 miles to the local grocery store. What happens, because they don't have cell phones, there are really no cell phone towers around there either, so why would you have them? You're not going to get a signal. But let's say, yeah, your cell phone breaks down, or your car breaks down while you're halfway to the grocery store. So, what do you do now? You are stuck halfway between those two locations, and there's not even really people. I mean, you can't walk up to your neighbor's house and knock on the door. Well, you could, but remember here you're living in the country with lunatics who want to live off the land and don't want to be bothered, just like you, so there's a good chance that they'll start shooting at you. That's why you don't bother people. And my father was, when he was driving around, but last time we went down and visit, my grandfather was screaming because, you know, the road was, just absolutely clogged and crowded, and he was screaming, what do these people think this is, the goddamn city? Because there were 5 cars on the road. Total. That is 5 cars total. Over, on the entire highway. And he was screaming about the road being clogged. Now, I want you to think about this. He was screaming because he was looking at 5 people. And that was his level of absolute, just, this is too much. This is too much. This is, I left crowded environments because this is not wanting to get away from all of the hardships and, or difficulties of city life. This is a psychosis. When you start screaming because there are 5 people who dare to use cars too, you have a problem. I think that's actually, that's part of the castle, so I'm going to leave that intact. I don't know, because I wasn't, all the blocks with those damn things in them broke, apparently. So, let's see. I hate these. But, yeah, ow, really? Ow, fuck it. I hate these things. Goddamn silverfish. But, yeah, and I hear one around here somewhere, too. That's the best part, so I know there's gonna be another any minute. Yeah, but that's not just, oh, I want to be away from all the difficulty of the real world. If you are screaming because there are 5 people on the same highway as you, then you have a mental problem. That is how, and just so you know, the fact that 5 people on the highway, this was actually unusual. That's why he was screaming. This is a totally unheard of thing. I cannot live like that. I cannot live in places like that. I enjoy seeing people from time to time. I enjoy there not being, epic journey between me and a new pair of socks. If I wanted a pair of socks, I should be able to go to any one of a dozen damn stores and get them. But no, they have the choice of Walmart, or I think the nearest mall is over an hour away. Oh, goddamn. I made a mistake here. I think the nearest shopping mall is over an hour away. So, that's what they get to deal with. That's what they traded, horrible living in a city life for. An hour and a half journey if you want a new pair of underwear. That's why I have always hated visiting them. I love them. I've always hated visiting them. I have no interest in ever visiting them again, to be honest. It's also sad because it's one of those things of, well, I may never see my grandparents again. Is it really that boring that I'm willing to trade that for that? Yes. Yes, it is. Because they made that choice, because that's the other thing. They made the choice to move out there. They made the choice to move out there and be far away from everyone they knew. So, it's not my fault if I don't see them because I've made the choice not to be in the middle of deserted wilderness. It's not even deserted. They have neighbors. The neighbors are at the bottom of the mountain. They're at the top of it. Or at least one of the peaks of the damn mountain. Either way, that's insane. They made the choice to live there. That is fine. That is entirely their decision, and I love them, and hope they have been happy there for ages. But no, I'll make the decision not to go there, and I'm just leading my life. Alright, so, ow. Oh god, look at all the fucking silverfish. But, yeah, that's, I can't, I should not be faulted for, and I will not be faulted for not wanting to deal with that. Because everyone around there is crazy. And it's not just my family, though my family probably is some of the crazier ones. Because that's my family. And, yeah, I don't know. There's no reason for me to go out in the middle of the... Telephones exist. I can talk to them. If I really want to, I can call in. How's it going? I don't need to. I really... What the hell did this hole come from? Dirt. Alright. But yeah, I wish them the best of luck with their continuing well-earned years of living on a mountain away from people like a couple of crazies. But that's not me. Alright, so I can go in through the side here. God damn, there's been a lot of what's his name? Ow activity. Alright. Pay no attention to the noises from the kitchen. My girlfriend is making some sort of food. So there. I don't know why that's a so there, but so there. Alright. Damn, look at that. That's a mess. Ow. That was stupid. Yeah, this is where that was. I'm going to take out the blocks above it because they don't serve any purpose. That's weird. Alright, can I hit that with the pick from here? Yes, I can. Awesome. Let's take out some of this. Alright. I'm probably going to take down almost all the inside of this thing and then rebuild it later, but actually let me take down these stairs as I move backwards. But I like people. I'm not exactly a social butterfly, but I like people. I like my friends, I like being able to see people. I like walking outside and going, hey, there's actual people around me in some degree. I wouldn't mind living in a less populated area or city, but I'm not gonna be a screaming lunatic. Alright, let's put that there. I'll worry about filling that all in later. We're definitely getting there. Alright. Wonder what's up there. Do I have wonder why I can't pick up that soul sand. I haven't picked it up yet. Odd. I'm also going to pick up... Well, first, let me check this. I actually do have some diamond leftovers, so I think after this breaks I can make myself one more pick. If I really need to. So, I'll think about that. Picks are immensely useful. Sounds like there's a low-flying aircraft outside. There's probably someone looking for some drug dealer somewhere. That is the one thing I don't like about living in a city. You know, the fact that everyone in it is psychotic. Not country psychotic, though. I've had a lot of friends who have lived in the country, and no matter what anyone ever tells you, the main reason people move away to the country is because they're crazy. And that is the main damn reason, and anyone who contradicts you there is a liar. Let's see. No, they move away to the country because they're crazy, and they know that it's out in the country that they're allowed to be crazy without people, you know, calling the cops on them. Alright. Alright. Alright, let me see here. Oh, what's up here? That's the other thing. I will want to make windows and this stuff, so I don't want to take everything out. No, let's take this out. That just crowds everything. Not sure if I've gotten rid of everything over here yet, but we'll find out. Put these everywhere. Torches. Everywhere torches, yes. There's a lot of... Alright. Alright, so... At least I'm taking this down. It doesn't need to be here. So there's a dark space somewhere near me. I get it. I'm probably standing in it. Let's go down to the thing. Actually, I can take out the wooden steps entirely. There's no use for them now. That'll allow the vines to grow more wildly and probably look neat. But, you know what? It's also because I am a nerd. I like being able to get video games. I like being able to get video games. I like being able to get movies. I like being able to do anything that involves people. Anything that involves people when I want to. It's another one of these little goblin bastards. Or kobolds, whatever the hell they're supposed to be. Yeah. I'll take up most of this, too. But, this is another way for them to get in, and I don't want that. Where are they even coming from, I wonder? I thought they were only supposed to spawn underground. Well, I'll probably make another pick between episodes or something. But, yeah. I mean, can you imagine that? Because Q9, you're watching this, you're the average gamer, or the average, you know, I don't know, just YouTuber. Alright. You live far enough out into the boonies that you can't get most forms of internet. Now, keep that in mind. The local places just don't offer it. Because there aren't enough people around to make it worthwhile to install all of that, you know, whatnot that would actually be required in order to, you know, run the internet out in that area. Oh, yes, there are cable wires, but apparently there's a bunch of stuff you have to do to actually make cable internet work, and none of that is set up to work. Picture that. It's mind-boggling. And they certainly, you know, they might offer DSL, I think. But from what I understand, the majority of people out there still use things like dial-up. And now, for that's almost alien at this point. When was the last... Do you even know... Do you guys even know anyone who has used dial-up internet? I can think of one person I know who used it in the past 10 years. And that was, you know, because they had no other option. And they had a ancient free, like, Earthlink DVD or CD to, you know, use the internet when they had no other source of internet. And it somehow still worked. That was it. I'm not even sure Earthlink is still around anymore. And fuck. And that was what we used for a very long time because, it's free internet, essentially. Or at least very, very cheap internet. You can only use it for like 2 hours a day. It might have been like, well, it might have been like 6 hours a day, and that's not a lot of internet, honestly. Alright. I'll just make a couple of, I have sticks, right? I can make them. I'll just make a couple of wooden picks. No, hell. I can't think of... dial-up internet is awful anyway, for those of you who never, had to experience that. It pretty much just... It almost better not to go on the internet, except, you know... I know very well, and you know very well, that we cannot survive without internet now that we've had it. I have a friend who, oh boy, did he insist that he would be perfectly fine living, you know, out in the middle of nowhere without internet, without having to deal with people, without this and that and the other thing, or without any of the, you know, trappings of modern life. And boy, did he believe that right up until he actually moved somewhere like that. And now he is calling me, desperately trying to get me to help him figure out why his internet won't work. Like, yeah, you don't need any of the trappings of the modern world. Just shut up and help me get my internet. Oh. We all like to pretend we're... Or a lot of us like to pretend we're better than, you know, being reliant on modern technology. It's a damn lie. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know for a fact I can survive without it. I just don't want to. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend, you know. I mean, it's easy to survive without it. It's just boring. That's why life seems to move so fast these days. It's because we have things to do. Back in the old days, you know, we didn't. There was not a goddamn thing to do, so time felt like it went on forever. That's my theory. There's, you know, someone said that one time there's some scientific theory that's supposed to prove that as you get older, your perception of time changes. And I believe it does. I believe that it changes because you have more stuff that you have to get done because you're being responsible. That is my theory. So tell me that when you were a little kid and you didn't have any, you know, responsibility, time didn't seem to, you know, drag on forever. You didn't have anything to do. And time took forever. That was the trick. Now you've got so many responsibilities when you're an adult, or at least, you know, when you're a teenager in high school, that all that time you're wondering where the hell it went to because you have no idea. Let me see. What am I not going to keep here? I probably got a bunch of junk. All this wood I probably don't need. I really don't need the dirt. I'm never going to use the gold nuggets, thank you. But yeah, that's the trick. Time doesn't move faster, it's you run out of it. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I think time moves slower for my grandparents again, which is why they seem to think that or that's why they moved out there, because time is slower. So it feels like they've got more time to do things. And I guess that's the right thing to do when, you know, you're getting older and time is at a premium. To be perfectly honest, I would rather live an active life than sit around and do nothing. What is this? Alright, so we've got a well, I guess. I don't think this is a wise idea. Up we go, up we go. Alright, well, that was probably not great. Alright, well, I lost a couple torches. And I just realized I set that up so I can no longer get back out of the well. So time for a plan B. There you go. I don't really need the well. None of us do. Yes. Now, let's see here. I'm trying to get a good look at the outside. I've pruned off most of the lower levels in sanity. So it's just the upper levels that are still fucking nuts. I mean, look at, there's no need for any of that. How'd you build this? It's like, well, it's like a fairy tale castle, and that's what people think of when they hear castle, but it's not how they actually work. And it's all a very nice concept, but no, this is, no, and, oh, iron. And part of the castle. But this just doesn't go down very far, so let's dig this up. That's the great thing. You can't build castles like this in real life because, of course, they're made of stone. And in Minecraft and, you know, other things, stone doesn't follow... Or Minecraft and Disney, stone has its own physics. But, in real life, you cannot build gigantic stone things that hang into the air because when you do, gravity gets angry. Let's see. And gravity gets very angry when you try and ignore it. It's like a very, very needy girlfriend. You try and ignore it, and it reminds you it's there in the worst ways possible. And that's pretty much just, what it does. I mean, the only thing gravity ever really does is remind you how much you hate it. Let's be honest. Anyway, I'm probably going to call in just a minute. I'm going to fill in that tunnel over there because it served no purpose. Listen to the plinky plunky Minecraft music. And there you go. You can't even tell where it was, except for this area here. Good enough. I will have to put a couple torches down around here just to make sure that shit doesn't decide to spawn. Anyway. This is a good place to call it. Anyway, I will see you all next week when we have more of this Minecraft, and, till then, I hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you then. Peace out.